हाँ सर। ठीक है सर, ठीक है। Abdul Shamim, assistant the lecture on impersonality. We should. हाँ सर। हाँ मतलब मेरे को आवाज़ ही नहीं आई लेकिन आपकी। सर मुझे आप फ़ोन करके बताइए ताकि मुझे समझ में तो आए कि कि आ रही है। मैं अब चालू करता हूँ लेक्चर। आप मुझे बताइए कि आ रही है क्या आवाज़, ठीक है? फ़ोन कर देना। I'm Abdul Shamim. This is lecture on important traits which need to be answered before personality. What are these questions? These questions should be asked to ourselves. Everybody has to ask that question to ourselves. Because we always try to know about others. In our education system, we always try to know, but we never think about ourselves. Who are we? These are certain questions we should try to find out the answers. So it is the very first step towards knowing a personality. When we know these are certain questions. Person I. Unless I know myself, so first, how well do you know? Then, what are you in whatever? There are so many traits. There are so many qualities which what whether I am good at, whether I am good at this, whether I am good at, whether I am good at finishing the task on time, whether I am and negotiating with others. To write all these qualities about yourself, but your qualities which are going to develop your going to make your person. Knowing your strength, you should also know. You should ask yourself what, because everybody. So in order to listen, you can never work upon it. You know you will work on it and you will those weaknesses. Fear of public speaking, having do you have a fear of examination? What kind of fear do you have? So you know about your fear, then we are innermost strength and what I what are my question is that you have to ask you at the moment where I'm hiding where I'm moving, which going right now. These are the certain questions which we try, and the best way is to write how would I know what I am good at, what are my weaknesses, what are my strengths and dreams, and now you can picture. These all are they are the famous personalities that personality famous person. In a simple word, we can say that does personal famous people. So here slide we discuss traits and qualities, important qualities that are going to personality, and it is that is going to make them. So here there is a great qualities. Qualities are going to make you first. Qualities are going to make you will make you famous. So personality is sum of all the qualities. We'll come to the question of personality. What is personality? As I have told you, that personality is the but there are so many. But right now we are going to only on three things. Your personality. That means right. These are thought, your action, what on the basis of your thinking to act, and how you act. Man is a creature as the greatest creature. Greatest creature because he has been given the ability of thinking. Animals they have limited, but human beings can, on the basis of their thinking, they can act, and from their action, analyze their behavior. So, in short, personality defined by your process of thinking. Process of the thinking you are doing, and with the help of your action and behavior in short, but yeah, means how you are going to act in a situation. That is the help of that majority group personality of a person is by a character, and character is known from different situation. Act in a different situation. That is going to find your behavior or your can be developed when we talk. So we think character is inherited. Character is inherited. Actually, it is not inherited. The legacy of your past actions. You are not going to inherit parents, those DNA. Your character, the result of your past actions. And you behave process is given to you. Simple task, first of all, you have to think. If I have told you to go, that is simple task, reflect your personality. On what time you have to online, whether you have a sufficient time in your phone. Before doing any kind of action, you have to think, and after thinking, you have to act. And that act, oh, that that act, and that how your personality. So that personality is nothing the most important qualities. Then, and it is reflected through a. I have given you a very simple example. Different situation and that personality. You assess the personality of any person to that person, how that person is going to perform the very process, your action, then your behavior. Then how the question arises how the character is built. Just now I have told you the character is not the legacy of a past. Like character is not inherited by a character is not inherited by nature. We don't inherit the character from the parents, but it is developed and it is developed through the process of habit. So, in short, we can say that character is not inherited by nature, it is the legacy of past actions. And actions are nothing but your habits. When you perform the same action repeatedly, it is going to become your habit. And that habit is going to become your character. Now, how character is developed? It is developed through your process of thinking. Your impression in the mind means the situation in which you are born and brought up. Among the circle, your friend circle, your social, your your social means a society in which you live, the people from which you, the people from whom you interact. So character is developed through the process of conditioning, how you have been conditioned, from which family you have been brought up, in which friend circle you are, and it is going to influence your process of thinking. Because if you live in the company of good people, so you are going to make your personality optimistic. But if you are in the company of pessimistic people, they will constantly think about negative results. So eventually, you are also going to become pessimistic. So a condition means the environment in which we live, the people whom we interact, that is going to that is going to influence our mind, and through our mind, we are going to form the process of thinking, and we realize that thinking through our action, and that is reflected through our behavior. And behavior is nothing but your character, and character is going to make your personality. In short, we can say that it is an attitude, character, behavior, or in short, we can say that our attitude. Sometimes people say that person have a great attitude. Most of the time, we use attitude in negative way, but a, a very wonderful word. Attitude shows your altitude. Means when a task is given to you and how it is performed, it is known through your attitude. When a task is given to you, if a person says immediately, "No, I am not able to do it," it shows the attitude of the person. Another person, same task has been assigned to him. Instead of replying in negative, he will think over it. Then he will reply, "I'll tell you after some time." Both the persons have responded, but they have responded in different manner. The former immediately replied in negative, whereas the latter gave a very judicious reply that he will think over it. So he is going to think over it, and then he is going to calculate the pros and cons, and will come to know whether he is able to do it or not. And when he is not able to do it, he is going to make the explanation why he is not able to do it. It is the example of attitude, and it shows your attitude. Now there are certain. Now we are going to talk about the traits, because traits are going to make your personality. Self confidence. How you are going to get self confidence? Because that is the most important quality of your personality. That you should have self confidence. But it is self confidence. It is not going to. You can never get it so easily. In order to get confidence, you have to work upon it. If, for example, I'll give you a very simple example. I'll try to explain with the help of example. I have told you to organize one program. The assignment has been given to you to organize a one-day workshop. So In order to organize, first of all, you have to do the homework. Means where the workshop is going to be organized, who will be the resource person, who will be the delegates, who will attend that workshop, what will be the theme of that workshop. So if you work upon all these questions, so you can organize that program quite confidently. So for getting confidence, you have to do the homework. In each and every field or in any task, you have to get confidence, so you have to do homework. Abruptly, you cannot start. Then, obviously, the second quality is your positive thinking. Positive thinking, you will get confidence with the help of doing the homework without, you will get confidence while thinking about, while doing the homework of the task which has been given to you. Then you should always have a positive frame of mind. Before doing any task, you should not think that I am not able to do it. You will able to do it with your right approach. First, calculating the pros and cons, and the task which has been given to you, that is not the final task. You will get so many opportunities. So you should try to grab that opportunity, whatever is given to you. You should not deny to take it, but do it with a planning. And even sometimes we plan, but we are not able to do it what we have planned. So we get failure. So from failure, we should not get disheartened and disappointed. On the contrary, we should try to learn from our failures. It is always better to try and fail than not to try at all. So when we fail, we are going to learn from our failures. Here in the slide, I have given the example of bulb. And you all know Thomas Edison invented electric bulb. And when he invented electric bulb, do you know he failed 9,999 times? Ah, sir. Oh, ठीक है यहाँ तो मूव हो रही है सर अभी मूव हुई सर हो रही ना मूव हो रही ना now we are talking about electric bulb, so he failed 999 times. So the answer is that why I have given this example, that to derive inspiration and motivation from these great personalities. They haven't achieved success overnight. In order to get success, they have made several attempts. They have got failures, but they are not dogged by failures. They kept on doing. So, when the reporter approached Thomas Edison and asked him the question, when he failed 9,999 times, why he did not get, why he did not stop, from where it derived that inspiration and motivation. He replied, whenever I told myself that was not the way to invent electric bulb. And in that way, he made 9,999 times. So we should also keep on telling ourselves whenever we get failure, that is not the way things should be done. There are some other ways. We should try to find out that way in which the thing can be because there is not a written formula that the thing can be done in this way. Because every person has to do the thing differently in a different situation. And that is the greatest quality of a personality. The same task can be done in different ways. So you have to learn how to perform that task. Then you should try to make yourself independent. And by doing simple tasks, you can make yourself independent. You should not shy away whenever any task is given to you, not only related to your studies, but also your household task. When you're told to go and bring vegetables, because each and every experience is going to teach you something that is going to make your personality. Because to make when you go to bring vegetable from the market, so you have to negotiate with a green seller, and that is also a quality which is going to help you to negotiate with people. Because the green seller is an uneducated person, is semi-literate, so you have to learn how to deal with that person. Then you should have the attitude of helping others. Selfless service means you are, because man is a social being. He can never live in isolation. He has to live in the society. So he should not only do the things for himself, he should also think about others. What is going to be beneficial for the society? And if you do the things for society, it will not go in vain. It will eventually help you. Because sincere efforts don't go in vain. Even though the sun rises from the east, but still we get the light from the west. If you have helped someone whom you don't know, that person hasn't reciprocated your help, but some other person will certainly help you who is not familiar with you. You will be amazed to know that I don't know that person and why that person has helped me. So that is the law which governs on the earth. So if you help somebody selflessly, someone else will certainly help you. Now we'll come to approach for good personality. There are certain things or tasks which you need to do. There are certain keywords on which you have to focus in order to develop your personality. Because I keep on telling you that personality is the sum of all the qualities or the traits. Now, one of the trait is your. Now, see how these traits are developed. These traits can be developed by doing simple tasks. That is a simple task of goal setting. Daily, you have to prepare your plan for a day. We have to divide a goal into three categories. First, your immediate goal, what you want to do today. Then the plan goal for the goal what you want to achieve after a period of 6 months. Then your final goal. If you want to reach your final goal, so you have to connect it with your daily preparation. With your daily goal, you will move towards your final goal. So you have to take it that your immediate goal after 6 months, then your final goal. So the best way is to make a plan, and that goal means what you want to achieve today. The time you wake up, write it down. Which activities you want to achieve today, and divide that activity into necessary things and important. Necessary things are those things which need to be done immediately. Then important. Certain things are very important, but you can make some kind of delay. But necessary means it should be done immediately. And why we make plan, we make plan in order to achieve a goal, and that plan should be achieved in a time bound manner. So time management, that is why we are preparing a plan for on daily basis. The daily what we are going to achieve. That write it down early in the morning. These all are the activities which I am going to achieve by evening. And before going to bed, you have to check how many activities have been achieved by you, and which activities have taken a lot of your a lot of time. So you can work upon it that it should be achieved in within 1 hour or in 45 minutes or in 2 hours. So time management is very important. First is your goal setting, your daily goal, your goal after 3 months, 6 months, your final goal. Then it should be restricted with time. It should be time bound. Then your communication skills. The greatest quality which make distinction between man and other creatures. That is the quality of speaking. But speaking and communication is different. All people speak, but they are not good communicators. Only few of them are good communicators, because it is also a quality which can be developed. Means what you want to convey, it should be conveyed. It should be conveyed in a clear term, without ambiguity. So that is a kind of a skill that can be developed, and that is developed by dealing with people. Work upon it. Whatever I am trying to communicating, whether I am able to communicate it correctly, whatever what what task has been given to you, and if you have gone to perform the task and you are interacting with that person, so are you able to tell him exactly what you want? So keep on working upon it. Communication skill doesn't mean only with the English language. It means in whatever language you communicate, you should be a good communicator. It means you should convey you should convey in limited words and in a limited in a limited span of time to other person what you want to mean. So there should not be any kind of ambiguity. Then qualities of a leadership. Actually, we don't want to be everybody. Nobody wants to be a leader, and we don't want that you should be a leader, but you should not be a leader. So, in order not to be a leader, we should learn some of the qualities of leaders. As I have told you about goal setting, your immediate goal means what you want to do right now. Whatever you want to do today, write it down on a piece of paper. Then the short-term goal means what you want to achieve after the period of 3 months, after the period of 6 months, then your final goal. And there are certain good thoughts about goal setting. Always, Abraham Lincoln wonderfully said, always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other thing. In order to achieve goal, your resolution is more important than any other thing. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the only limit to tomorrow, the only limit to a realization of tomorrow will be a doubt of today. Ralph Emerson, no one can cheat you out of ultimate success. No one can cheat you out of ultimate success, but you yourself. Because nobody can fail you. Only you yourself fail yourself. And how you fail yourself? By not planning in a proper manner. If you do anything abruptly, obviously you will get failure. If you plan it, if you work upon it, if you if you work upon it meticulously, you know about the pros and cons. So you will certainly get success. Sooner or later, you will certainly get success. But without any planning, if you do, so obviously you will get failure. So planning is the key to success. More men fail through Billy Sunday. More men fail through lack of purpose than lack of talent. Means you should have purpose. The greatest God has created each and everybody with a definite purpose. And we should try to find out about the person, we should try to find out about the purpose of our existence. And if we know the purpose of our existence, we'll enjoy our life. We are going to enjoy each and every moment of our life if you know the purpose of your life. If you have the purpose of your life, life will be beautiful for you. As I've told you, we should try to do things. We should not think about that if I try, I'll fail. What people will tell. Let them let them let them say what they are telling. Even if you don't do anything, they will say. So let them do their work, you do your own work. Try to do a thing. If you get failure, don't get disheartened and disappointed. Work upon it. Whatever mistakes you have committed, work upon it. Different result. हाँ सर. यहाँ मूव हुई नहीं सर, मेरी तो मूव हुई. आप क्या बोल रहे हो सर, क्या करना है? मालूम साहब आगे नहीं बढ़ रही ना सर. अच्छा अभी देखिए सर, मैं करता हूँ. अभी हो रही क्या, अभी बढ़ रही आगे? ये देखिए सर, अभी अभी हुई. जी हाँ सर, वहीं से किया हूँ. यहाँ मेरे इसमें मूव हो रही है सर. अब हुई क्या सर मूव? यहाँ मेरे इसमें मूव हो रही है सर. कौन सी प्लस साइड से चल रही है सर वहाँ पे? हाँ सर, मैंने सर को भेजा, आप शेयर करिए ना वहाँ से. सर मैंने आपको मेल करा ना. नहीं आया मेल? एक मिनट. हाँ सर, अब बढ़ रही है। अब अभी कौन सी आई सर स्लाइड? ठीक है सर, वही तो है सर, मैंने वहीं पे रखा हूँ सर, वो नेट की कनेक्टिविटी का इशू होगा। अभी देखिए सर, अब हो रही हुआ ना सर, बड़ा है आगे, फुल सेटिंग पे थे क्या? अभी लर्न फ्रॉम फेलियर आया। हाँ हो गया। चलो ठीक है। सर मैंने आपको पीपीटी भेजा हूँ, वही से ना आपका? देखिए, साजिद डॉट काजी 01 वो रिमूव। Now we were talking about learning from failure. Mistakes, as I've told you, mistakes are the stepping stones to success. Always make new mistakes. Let's make better mistakes tomorrow. I would like to tell you only, don't commit a mistake of not committing a mistake. Commit as many mistakes as you can. When you commit a mistake, it means you are learning something. When a person doesn't do anything, it means he is not making an attempt. Obviously, a person who is going to make an attempt is going to make a mistake. You can remember when you learn to ride a bicycle, you must have fallen innumerable times, but you have eventually you have learned to ride a bicycle. Same is the process. Whenever you do anything, obviously you get failure, but you have to learn from your failure. You should not repeat the same mistake again and again. From the past mistake, you have to learn that the previously I committed this mistake. I'm not going to repeat that mistake again. It means you have become wiser. What you had been. I'm only talking about the traits and qualities, and on which area, on which qualities we have to work on. They are the guidelines for us. That is, in order to enhance a personality, we should not compare ourselves. Because God has created each and everybody for God believes in originality. He doesn't. That is why you individuality. What you can do, nobody else can do. And what other person can do, you can never. Because God believes in originality. So when We think that I should do that thing like that person. Or if I compare myself with other person, obviously I'm going to get frustration. So instead of comparing yourself with other person, better to compare your performance of today, because you have your own individuality and you have to work upon your own individuality. So never compare yourself with others. Always compare yourself with the performance of the previous day with today. Then you should always be in the company of optimistic people. Don't be in the company of pessimistic people, because they will only talk about negative things. And what you will act, how you will act, you will be influenced by the negative thoughts and you are going to become pessimistic person. So always be in the company of optimistic people. Don't waste your time in idle gossip. In idle talking, don't waste your time in gossiping, idle talking. Now most of the people, now most of the students on mobile phone. They keep on watching the video. From one video, they just move it. They are not able to make filter what they want. They should also allot the time of looking at. They should try to calculate their time of watching the screen, whether you are on the tab or on your PC or on your laptop or on your mobile phone. So you should allot the time that only you have to see some important messages. You should see only WhatsApp whether there is some important message. If you want to watch video on YouTube, so watch important things which are very important for you, which are related from your, which are related to your education, or on social media. Don't waste your time. I have seen so many students, they unnecessarily waste their time on social media, on social platform. You should able to make distinction. You should able to make filter that which kind of content you are going to watch, which kind of content is helpful for you. They try to get the information from WhatsApp University and try to circulate. So it is not a information; it is a misinformation. You will get most of the time on social media. You will get misinformation, disinformation, malinformation. So you should be able to make distinction between misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. That is why, in order to restrict ourselves, sometimes we are not able to make distinction, we are not able to make filter. So the better way is to restrict ourselves. That when we are going to use that platform, we are going to use it wisely. We'll allot the time, and in within that allotted time, we are going to get that content that is related to us. And dream is not what we see in sleep. Dream is it does not let us sleep. So you should dream during the daytime. Now you are going to pose the question to me, sir, how it is possible to dream during a daytime? It is possible. Means you should live with that dream. Means what I am doing in order to achieve my dream. And that is that I am doing consciously, not unconsciously. That should become the part of your personality. That should be internalized. That should become the important part of your character. It should be reflected from your action that you want to achieve that thing. That is why you are doing that thing unconsciously. You are conscious, but you are doing it that thing. It appears to be that you are doing something unconsciously. When you study 8 hours, 10 hours, but it appears to you that you have studied only 2 hours or 3 hours. Why? Because you enjoy studies, because you know that with the help of my studies, I can achieve my career. I can get success. I'll get even more satisfaction. Then You should think about your health. You should also think about your health, because is your event health is your ultimate wealth. So instead of watching, if you reduce your screen time, utilize that time on physical activities. Play games, go for a walk, read books. And a schedule is very hectic. At least find out 10 to 15 minutes for a brisk walk, or you can go for strolling. After having your dinner, you can go for a long walk. Daily, when you wake up, do some exercise. Before going to bath, you can have some exercise. Exercise for 10 to 15 minutes. Or you can do yoga if it's possible for you. You can do some stretching, because your health is your ultimate wealth. If you want to, if you are fit and fine, because we know that healthy mind dwells in a healthy body, because there is a correlation between our body and mind. So keep your body fit and fine, and it is possible only through physical activities. You can also go for gym. If it is not possible to go for gym, so at least you can go for walk. You can play. Now, when we live in a society, so obviously we are going to negotiate with people, but we should know how to negotiate with people. Never criticize, condemn, or complain. Always, first, don't try to give your suggestion unnecessarily. When you are asked to give your suggestion, give it politely and humbly. And never criticize anybody. Even instead of criticizing, when that person asks you, tell that person that this thing can be done in that manner. If it is asked for you, it is asked. If it is asked, actually we are habitual. Even when we are not asked, we start giving suggestion. So restrict yourself, and you can make you can make this suggestion, but you should not criticize or condemn. You can make the when some task has been performed by somebody else. So you should assess how it has been performed. Obviously, there can be some kind of lacuna, but you should not criticize. You should try to assess that it can also be done better if that thing has been done in that way. But we should not criticize that person. Restrict yourself from criticizing the person. Always think about how it is a very famous saying: win an argument and lose a friend, or lose an argument and win a friend. So you have to win people. You should not win argument. How you are going to win people? Because in order to become successful, you need people. You need the help of so many people in order to take you to the top ladder of success. So always be very humble and polite, show respect, and all listen others. Don't interrupt. Always give. It has been wonderfully said by William Shakespeare: "Give every man thy ears, but few thy voice." Be a good listener. Don't always try to be a good communicator. Be a good listener. Be a patient listener. Listen others, and that person is not that person is not going to tell you what you want. Sometimes there can be a difference of opinion, So you should also respect the difference of others. You should respect the dissent of others. You can't agree with that person, but still you have to show respect. There should be a mutual respect because there can be a dialogue, not debate. Always try to be in a dialogue, not in a debate. When you have a difference of opinions, try to resolve it with a dialogue, not with a debate. And always respect the dissent of others. What we do, we start criticizing others. We want that we should able to convince that person what we think. How it is possible? That person has also got his own individuality. That person is going to agree with some of the points of yours or disagree with most of the points. So only your task is to convey. You have conveyed. Eventually, it is up to that person whether he agrees or disagrees. You have to respect the opinion of that person. You should not say that you are wrong, I am right. Don't be, don't try to be Mr. Right. Try to be neutral. Try to be reasonable. Try to be intellectual. Try to be tolerant. And it is possible only when you listen others, when you respect the differences of others, when you respect the opinions of others. And man is infallible. Only God is infallible. God is not going to make mistake. Man is obviously going to make mistake. To err is human, but we should also have the quality of God that is of forgiveness. To err is human, to forgive is divine. So if anybody has made mistake, we should try to forgive them. And even we can also make mistake. We can admit it. Yes, I have made a mistake. That was my wrong opinion. I have done it. I have, I was absolutely wrong. Admit it when you have made a mistake. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to justify it. And always be in a, always be very friendly. And at the same point of time, try to be very honest. Honesty, we say, that is an old saying. Honesty is the best policy. Now in modern age, we have to be very, we should try to learn to be smart. No, we have to be, we have to be honest because these are the, honesty can never be replaced by any other thing. Your smartness can be caught by the person. So be very honest. Most of the time, what we do, we keep on thinking and worrying. What will happen to us in the future? So stop worrying. Stop worrying and start acting. Or that can be, or that can be said, stop wishing and start fishing. Stop wishing and start fishing. We should not think about future. What will happen? What I am going to be in future? What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Where I am going to place? Whether I am going to get that package? Whether I am going to get a dream, my dream job? So don't think about too much of your future. Think about what you have to do today. Live in today. Because only you can control your today. And your tomorrow is largely depend what you are doing today. Because what you are going to today, you will get a result of it today and tomorrow. So don't think about your tomorrow. Don't think about your future. Only plan and act. Act today. You will get your result obviously in tomorrow. And there are certain problems which we can't avoid. So calmly think over that problem. If that thing is not able, if you are not able to do that thing, what is expected from you? At the most, what worst can be done? What worst can happen? And how you are going to act upon it? So think over it calmly and prepare for it. Do your best and get yourself prepared for the worst. Think over it. Eventually, if that question is going to ask to you, how you are going to reply? And I have told you stop worrying and start living. See, it is wonderfully said. If a problem can be solved, no need to worry about it. If a problem cannot be solved, what is the use of worrying over it? Now, how you are going to overcome your worry? Get the fact. If you are not able to, if you are not able to crack your interview, so you keep on thinking. Suppose you have appeared in the last three interviews and you haven't got success. So you, in the fourth interview that is going to be conducted in a week. So you are much worried about it, that how I'm going to face that interview. Because in the last three interviews I was rejected. So you keep on worrying about that fourth interview. Instead of worrying, what you have to do, you have to think in the last three interviews. You have to you have to do fact check. How you are going to check your fact? That in the last three interview, what went wrong? Whether you have done the preparation before facing the interview, which kind of question are asked in those interviews, and how you responded to those questions. Even you have done the preparation, but you are not able to articulate at the time of interview. So, what was the situation? What was that situation, and how you reacted in that situation? Work upon it. Instead of worrying about, just make a plan. Just try to think about which kind of mistakes have been made by you. Just work upon those mistakes. So your worry will be resolved. Half the worry in the world is caused by people trying to make decisions before they have sufficient knowledge on which to base a decision, or after carefully weighing all the facts come to a decision. Just now I have given you the example of an interview. So just see the pros and cons. Or when we are working in an institution, when we are in the society, when we are in the group, sometimes something's happen that worries us. So just how you are going to check the fact. First, think about the problem, then cause of the problem, then all the possible solutions which you have, and what is the best solution. So in that way, you can easily resolve your worry. These are also some of the important qualities of good personality. When you speak, speak loud and clear, but it should not be so loud. You should be audible. The tone, your you should be very careful about your tone, and don't talk loudly. Audible and loud, these two things are very different. You should be audible. Don't say, don't speak loudly. Then be a good listener, because we We have the habit of communicating. So we keep on talking, but we should know when to talk, when to stop, and always try to be a good listener because good communicators are good listeners. Give the chance other to speak. What we do, we keep on speaking. That is why people don't take interest in a topic. We should know, should try to know when to speak. So limit yourself. Be a good listener. Don't don't be shy. Try to communicate with others and communicate with the person politely and give the other person a chance to speak and have a great sense of humor. In personality, we have a different kind. What we have derived a different kind of meaning, a different kind of connotation. That you say personality means good looks, but that is not personality. Personality is all about your traits. As I've told you, personality is the sum of all the qualities. And for the last half an hour, we are only talking about all the traits and qualities that are going to make a personality. We have to be presentable. It doesn't have anything to do with your looks. It has to do with your traits, your qualities. The qualities are going to make your personality. It doesn't have anything to do with your looks. But you have to be presentable. Be kind and considerate. There are certain tips. Keep a smart head and keep yourself calm and cool. Don't be shout or aggressive. Don't doubt yourself. Be executive. Yes, now I've told you be presentable. Create your own personal style. Means you should have your own individuality. Try to know your individuality and respect your individuality and also give respect to the individuality of others. Don't try to emulate others. Don't copy others. As I've discussed about time management, communication skills, leadership qualities, I hope I have done justice with the topic which has been assigned to me. And I am extremely grateful and thankful to Sajid sir who has given me this opportunity. But at the same point of time, I am quite apologetic to the students. Due to some technical glitches, there were so many interruptions, but I would like to apologize. Thank you so much for listening to me with such a rapt attention. Thank you. Sajid sir, Sajid sir, unmute yourself and speak. Sir, your mic is muted. Sajid sir, हाँ सर हो गया. ठीक. सर इसकी जो है मेरे को इसकी लिंक शेयर कर देना, जो रिकॉर्ड वाली हो जाएगी शेयर सर अभी, भेजो व्हाट्सएप पे, ठीक है। चलो थैंक यू सर, चलो अस्सलाम।